The West Virginia Mountaineers have some mutual interest with a player from the NBA somehow. Please, God, somebody explain to me how this is possible.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name's Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, baby. Well, we're talking about the Mountaineers on the basketball and the football side of things today, baby. Look, thanks you guys so much for being here as we dive into another episode of fun. Thanks. Also, guys, we have to let you know the channel sponsor of the day is Game Time. So if you didn't know, now you know. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. The terms apply. Make sure you remember that. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am the host of Locked On West Virginia, and I am here to take you on a ride. But I'm not alone. As a matter of fact, I have somebody that's important to the cause here with me. We have something important to announce on the show in just a little bit. We're talking about my buddy Troy from Mountaineer Moment.
What's good,
going,
brother?
Yeah,
Everything's good, man. Happy to be here as always. And any day to talk shop about Mountaineers is a good day to me. So let's go.
Every day above ground's a good day. So let's dive straight into the topic here. And what we're going to be talking about on today's episode is we're going to get into RichRod's press conference. We're going to talk about Curtis Jones at running back again. I want to get Troy's thoughts on that. But before we get there, wild scenario here as we saw several coaches speak out last week. I think it started with Kelvin Sampson, and I think even other coaches spoke out against this kind of thing. Tom Izzo was another guy. Basically what's going on right now is there's some uncertainty about NBA G League players and where they lie as far as because some of them didn't even go to college. They went straight to the NBA in some cases, or they went to college for 1 year. They went a different route through, like this guy here that we're going to talk about went a crazy route, right? So, and he had Kansas, he had everybody on him. Well, now West Virginia has mutual interest here, and we're talking about Kok Yat, really one of the most intriguing young prospects in the NBA G League. He is a 22-year-old, 6'8", close to 40% shooting, absolute freak of nature. Think of Toby Okani, but with a lot more skill. No offense to Toby Okani, but this is the truth in my opinion. Sorry, I had a guy text me just now that I've been waiting on. That was actually on this subject. So, all right, so there is mutual interest here. So it's not just one way, West Virginia coming after him. That's a big development. So I don't know. Obviously, he's in a situation where he needs some dominoes to fall his way. But I think, this is an interesting – I've heard of getting older, Troy, but this is taking it to another level.
Yeah, this is wild. Like, can you imagine telling yourself 10 years ago that this was a possibility, or even just college football, college basketball landscape as a whole. Like, I keep to people that don't understand college sports. I'm like, well, it's kind of in a weird era now because you have a team named California that is in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Like, that's just college sports right now. And this situation where a kid can come from the G League and possibly play at the collegiate level, possibly play for the Mountaineers, who again was recruited heavily out of high school, and numbers in the G League aren't earth-shattering by any means, but now he could come to college as a 22-year-old. I think he's 22, and play would be nuts. Let's go get him. Like, I'm for it. The sheer physical presence that he is. Again, you mentioned Toby Okani, that he's a freak athlete that he is. He is a presence that would be felt, and obviously, no matter how much he played or how well he played at the G League level, he played.
He's a Power 5 starter. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Let's look at the timeline here. Pre-2021, he grew in high school, Anchorage, Alaska, 4-star recruit. Some said 3. He had Auburn, Kansas, Georgia Tech, New Mexico, committed to DePaul under Coach Dave Leitao, but decommitted amid coaching changes and some of the overtime elite buzz. He did sign a 6-figure pro contract with the Atlanta-based overtime elite in August 2021, which bypassed college entirely. This was probably not a good choice for him. He probably didn't develop very well.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is when kids were getting, I remember this, kids were getting paid well. It was like a big question at that point in time. Is this going to hurt college? You remember this? So, obviously he had an injury, but they had a great pay structure there. So he was averaging around 6-7 points a game. He had 4 blocks on opening night. 22-23, he returned to OTE, but the injuries persisted. Still, he was building some draft buzz as a really toolsy kind of wing, is what I call it. Toolsy. He can do a few different things, right?
Right.
Selected 21st overall in the first round of the G League draft. That's significant. In 26 games, he's averaged right around 3 points a game, 37% from 3, only 8 minutes a game, though. So it's not like he's playing a bunch. He's had several double-digit scoring games in the G League. So he's definitely capable of it. And we're talking about this is a step above college. So, he would certainly be a good player in college. And you can see when you turn on the tape, he's very impressive, in my opinion. Yeah. And he's a grown man at this point. So he played with the Iowa Wolves. And now he played 26 games there, 24 and 25, where he averaged right around 4 points a game, 1 rebound a game. 35% from 3. If you want to put that out over 36 minutes a game, it's 11.3 points per game, 4 rebounds. Right. So really solid over 40 minutes or per 36 per 40, however you want to do it. I did over 36 because nobody really ever plays 40. So the thing about the OTE thing is those leagues were kind of treated as professional salaries, not really NIL or college related like scholarship or whatever, which is kind of historically disqualified players, but this is not historically anymore. And OTE has now shifted to a scholarship model post 2022. So it looks like what he has to do right now in order to be eligible. Obviously, he's had to have probably already applied for an NCAA eligibility waiver, and he could probably even further go to court and get this win, most likely. He's going to have to get an academic certification as a non-enrollee to get full NCAA qualifier status. So that's 16 core high school GPA credits, which he should have from Norcross, hopefully. He should need a fresh, which will get him a freshman academic red shirt if needed. And also West Virginia's compliance office should be able to handle most of this with the transcripts, the test scores, the SAT, ACT, all that kind of stuff that you may need for this. And then there's that recruitment window, compliance vetting. You got to make sure he fits on the roster, which West Virginia thinks he must.
Right.
So the odds that I've read have it at about 70 to 80% that he's probably going to, got a chance to win this. So his game is 6 feet 8, 6 feet 9, big time 3-and-D guy at this point in time in his career at the G League. Probably could do more. He's got a 7-foot wingspan and would be an absolute monster addition. I mean, it would be a big hype no matter what, right?
Right. Yeah, unprecedented. I mean, this is so odd. I saw that. I mean, I just read, pretty quickly even today, the other few teams that are targeting him: Louisville, Xavier.
Yep.
Is Xavier or no? I'm sorry. Louisville has another G League kind of like this that's already on their roster. Did I read that right?
Yes, they're pursuing another guy,
Okay.
or they have signed another guy. Yeah, they signed a guy.
Yeah.
They signed a guy. That's what I was telling you in the beginning with Kelvin Sampson and Tom Izzo. They were speaking out against it because nobody knew that it was possible.
Right. Yeah, who would have
Louisville
thought?
kind of did it. Louisville set it off, basically, is what happened.
Yeah.
So let's go to break. And what we'll do is we're going to watch some highlights of this guy. He is a very unique looking player. And I'm excited about what he could be in Morgantown if he ends up in Morgantown. Let's talk about that next. This episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Right now with FanDuel, it's a pretty simple thing. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than with FanDuel, the official sporting partner of the NBA. Even if you start a game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets from everything who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at bigger payouts, man. It keeps everything exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving $300 in bonus bets whenever your first $5 bet wins. So all you need is $5 that'll make you holla, and you can go to FanDuel.com today to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Segment 2, let's crack a do. And look, this isn't a very exciting thing for us, right? We don't get to cover something like this every day.
No.
So this is fun. I enjoy it. It's, it's kind of novel in a way. And look, this kid can go. We're going to watch some stuff on him right now. So hang tight.
Foul there.
Into the Iowa end of the floor, and Yacht rises up. And DJ Carton, 3 on the way. No good.
Oh,
Look at that.
I mean, just look at him. Oh, that was a beautiful right inside outside hesitation with the right hand. Love this play right here. That was beautiful.
Now
That was.
the blow by and the two-hand
You can
block.
see he's got all the tools to be an NBA player, in my opinion. And then he's got the gorgeous shot.
Yeah, you don't see many guys doing that.
No, especially with a 7-foot wingspan.
Right.
I mean, you would think he would get more playing time.
Tracks it down.
Yeah. That's odd.
Yacht gets around one in the scoop.
Nasty. 3-pointer. God.
and once he gets that down, he's going to be a tough.
He's got, I would say he's got elite handles. Really, really elite handles. And there's the block. Like, how could you not want this player, right? I would say if I had to rate him, like re-rate him, I would say he's at least a high in 4-star talent. Now, obviously, the production's not there in the G League, and that's a little worrisome, but he's only playing 8 minutes a game. So it's like,
right, dealing with what he's got.
Yeah, I mean, given what he's done, yeah, and I don't know why, given the talent.
Yeah.
But, it's a different league. And you have to, I mean, there he is from the logo pulling up, splash. This guy would be a problem in it. I mean, yeah, this guy would be a problem, and I think has a chance to really make an impact wherever he goes, especially if it's in Morgantown. I mean, these are,
yeah, it's impressive tape.
It's impressive tape, right? I mean, this is the kind of player that you strive to go after. And the thing is he can play, he could probably play the 2 through the 5. Really,
that
if
was
you
a Buddy
to.
Hield shot right there. That was deep, and he just took it and flung it up there.
Yeah, it was kind of Buddy Hield-esque.
Yeah.
He's got a really smooth jumper as well. And the thing is they're very little wasted motion on it. Look at this right here, right?
Yep.
He's got his right pivot foot out with his hands. He gets it right in the pocket. He steps in, so you can see. So he's got that right foot out right now. As you can see, he'll plant that left foot, drag his right foot in, and then it's straight up from there. And his shot begins at the top of his head. So it doesn't go down like some people pull from down below their belly. Some people pull from their chest. His is starting at forehead height. That gives you such an advantage on how quick your shot release is.
We'll try another 3. Got it.
So, and if you look at the release of it mechanically, it's really good. It's definitely coming off those first 2 fingers, which is what you want to see. Kind of hard to tell there, but it looks like it is. And he's got a lot. I mean, look at him bully that guy to the rim.
He's
This
long,
guy
man.
would come in, and if you gave him 40 minutes a night in college, I think he would be an all-conference player wherever he went.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a hard time convincing me that he's not capable of that. I mean, did that even hit the net? I don't think that hit net.
Swings it back for Yacht. His three is up and good.
It didn't hit net. It's pretty hard to do that. It's 2 in a row.
Back to back.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Probably strategic on the tape, but so obviously this is a monster potential player for West Virginia. I just got the text message. Obviously, I know who to reach out to. I've been doing this a long time now, and whenever you need to get a hold of these players, there's always somebody representing them. It just takes time to figure that out. Once you figure that out, you can ask the questions you need to ask. You don't always get the truth, but this person I know from previous exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
He's represented people from last year's team on West Virginia's there's usually is that kind of connection. Whether that's with who knows who's still at West Virginia that knows him or whatever. So we'll move on, but that's a big deal. I think definitely this would be one of those things that would be a really exciting thing for Ross Hodge and company to get. Thanks, Lipton Diesel. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to both channels. Speaking of both channels, this is a good time to talk about this. So while we've got about 100 of you guys watching, we'll go ahead and put this out there. Troy and I have decided to start a second channel together. We both got the time. I think we both want to put a lot of effort into it. And it's not just going to be only West Virginia specific, although West Virginia will be talked about on there a lot. We both have our own channels individually for West Virginia content. You're still going to have that, but there is we want to branch out and do something else, right? We want to have, and plus I'm not allowed to compete with this show per Locked On's rules, so I couldn't start another West Virginia based show just legally. I'm binded to this. So I mean, I can talk about West Virginia. I just can't. It can't be an only West Virginia show that competes with my own show. It would make no sense, right? Why would I want to split viewers among two shows? So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to talk about. I think we're trying to decide between a national approach, a Big 12 approach, a couple different things we've discussed. We're talking about maybe looking at coaching searches too. There's a little bit of everything going on there, but I think Troy. One thing we figured out is we work well together. We like each other, so
Yes,
we want to kind of see what that does and looks like.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped. It's gonna be fun. So, I hope your fans, they are excited about it too, and not gonna be like, oh no, because like you're still doing your Locked On thing, I'm doing my thing, Mountaineer Moment. But obviously, what we get to do together has been great, and so why not, man? The time is now. Let's do it. So I'm excited.
Me too. And those of you that aren't as familiar with Troy yet, you'll get to know him more. He writes for Hell WV. He's covered the Sixers for years. So he's very, very polished. He knows his stuff. He'll contribute to the channel 50-50. I believe that. And even though this isn't, and I know there are plenty of people that aren't good people in life, but he's also a pastor. That's something that's important to me personally. Like I take that seriously. There's some other things that we could probably do down the line that will line up with each other too, based on my past and what he does. So, it was one of those things that both of us said to meditate and pray about. And I think it's a good thing for us. So hopefully you guys will like that. Whatever we do come up with, we're going to put our all into it. It'll probably be me a little bit more on there than him for a little bit, just because of the nature of I record a lot. He's got a day job and a wife, so but he'll be on there plenty. So we'll let you guys know as that schedule comes out. But just wanted to update you on that really quick. Don't want to hold you off on this too long, but thank you guys for letting us announce that. And let's move on to the next topic here, Troy. Curtis Jones. Obviously, I did this topic yesterday, but I didn't get your take. And I was really curious what you think. Have you seen his running back tape yet?
I haven't. I just know he was a beast in high school. I do know that much.
Okay, so I live near Cabell Midland. I'm a few minutes
Uh-huh.
away. Well, about 15 minutes away from there. It's right next. It's in Huntington, basically. It's literally right on the Huntington border. So it's really close by. He was obviously a very popular local player,
Right.
kind of like Reed Carrico was as well around here. So he's a guy that I know a lot about and knew that he played running back in high school, obviously. But man, the tape is very impressive, to be honest. And I'm not just saying that. He's grown a couple inches since then as well, which is kind of weird. I think the big thing about him in camp was he grew 3 inches. So he's closer to 6'4". Wow. I think we're probably fudging his height here a little bit. I think he was 6 feet or 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, either way, let's check out some tape on Curtis Jones, and then we'll get your take on how you feel about this potentially short yardage. And for those of you who don't understand what's happening, Rich Rodriguez has said 2 days in a row, yesterday on his radio show and today as well on his press conference, that Curtis Jones could be used two-way player in short yardage situation. And, he's already really impacting our games on defense. So we'll let you see him a little bit. All right, here you go. I don't know when this tape is or was. And is he on defense here? Seems like he's on defense. Cabell Midland doesn't wear those colors, I didn't think, unless he.
No, that's him. Both positions? No.
Yeah, no, it looks like that's Cabell Midland right there. Colors. Okay. Maybe. Oh yeah, he transferred. That's right. I forgot. He started out at Huntington High, then transferred to Cabell Midland. I feel like there's something off about this tape. It's in the tape that I saw yesterday. You know what? Okay, that's what this is, guys. Apologies. This is very old tape of him. I was wondering what was going on here. Let's see. It's so weird. All right, I don't know why. Maybe he just never changed it. So what we'll do is I'll pull it up separately. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Cabell Midland highlights. But yeah, he is a very fun watch as far as when it comes to at running back. Yeah, here we go. Now we're to the present tense because he transferred from Huntington High to Cabell Midland, which was really interesting, obviously.
I still remember the spark in your eyes.
Thank God it's not going to last 20-something seconds. All right, so now we can see him in the backfield in the red. It was confusing me. Like the Huntington High stuff was confusing me. There he is right there.
It's a quick burst there.
Yeah. And, I mean, he kind of reminds you of CJ a little bit. Mm-hmm. Similar size player as well.
Right.
And he's a guy that really breaks a lot of tackles, at least at Cabell Midland. There he is picking up some pass blocking. That's nice to see. Let's see. In the backfield. And Cabell Midland is AAA, so they're as big as it gets in the state of West Virginia as far as the size of the school and the competition they would face. And look at those cuts, man. And then you see him get on his horse and go. Really impressive there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's definitely got some ability. And I like his lateral movement. I think that impresses me as much as anything else. His ability to move laterally is what I like personally, because that's just, you don't see it on a guy as big as him as often as that. Wow, what a block by him. Let's see if we can get So he's blocking right here. Okay. Guess they chose to put that in there. Here he is on the goal line. Boom. Nice. And that's really what we wanted to see there anyways. He had 1,700 yards. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he really did a lot. Here he is again and just gone. Pretty good speed for a linebacker, huh?
No doubt about it.
So what are your thoughts on this situation with Curtis Jones potentially playing two ways for West Virginia at running back?
Oh, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. I mean, RichRod's not the type of guy to just experiment for the sake of experimenting or just to do something stupid. Like I trust his judgment, and if he thinks it's worth a shot, it's worth a shot to me. I think it's the easy, I guess, like low-hanging fruit I would go to would be when Rodney Gallagher was trying the defensive side of the ball, and that, my friend, was a bad idea.
Yeah.
This, I'm all for it. Again, I think you test it out in practice, and hey, if you like what you see, then you move it to the game field. Simple.
Yeah,
as that.
like RichRod said, we'll give him 2 or 3 plays, and if we need him, we'll use him. Right?
Yeah.
Certainly,
Right.
he'd
Don't
have to be better.
overcomplicate things.
Certainly, he'd have to be a better short yardage guy than what we've been using. I mean, Nico was great for that for a little bit, and others, but Curtis is a guy, and the thing is he's, how much stronger he's gotten since that tape?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's bull rushing offensive lineman.
Right.
Like I said, he's probably in your top 3. If you're going to bring somebody back next year, who do you got to have? He's a guy that's going to turn into an all-conference type. Like, he's got that Sean Martin buzz from when he was a freshman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, let's see it, right? I mean, what can it hurt? And to your point, even just it's coming out of the fact that we have this great need, right? And maybe it's a blessing in disguise that, this, not that this year's been what it's been, but the situation that's presented itself has allowed this to maybe happen.
Yes, the basketball edition would be for next year if it happened. So we're going to let this play out over the next few months, and then we shall see, obviously. But yes, he would be an addition for next year. I mean, there's no way you could bring a guy in now. I mean,
there's not a situation he could
it'd be a
enroll in.
waste of time to try. I mean, how would you like it?
Could he enroll in January?
Yeah,
I guess
potentially,
school wise. Yeah,
but I mean, could he play the back half of this year? I guess if you pushed it, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I mean, it would. Why would you waste the year?
Right.
But yeah, next year, obviously, then you're in a different scenario.
Right.
So, did I say scenario?
Yeah, you did. It sounded real sophisticated right there.
It's funny on here. Sometimes I'll say a boat or
Canada.
Yeah,
you just get back from Tim Hortons.
I watch too much South Park. Hey guy, relax, guy. They took our dough. They're there.
This segment is brought to you by.
Yeah. On that break, after the break, we'll talk about RichRod's press conference. Jamori Robinson being talked about again. This episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by our good friends. And look, they're always our good friends at Game Time. When it comes to Game Time, y'all, you know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. They're doing it big. College football's back. We couldn't be more excited. The tailgates, the rivalries, the energy in the stands. They did just nothing like it. But let's be real. Actually getting tickets can feel a bit more like the battle than the game itself. Endless queues, hidden fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's why I use Game Time, man. The app that gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the easiest way to score last-minute tickets at the best prices with no surprise fees. What you see, what you pay. Actually, I pulled up Game Time earlier. A couple taps. Boop, boop, boop. Amazing deals, man. We're talking $25 for your favorite college football games, even West Virginia. Honestly, it's faster, cheaper, and less stressful than any other way I've bought tickets. If you want to be like me, you too can take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase where the terms apply. Again, that's the promo code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off today. Be like me and swipe tap ticket. Go download Game Time today, and you'll answer yourself the question of all questions. What time is it? It's game time. Back with Troy for Mountaineer Moment. It's game time. Man, there was a lot of positive last week and a lot to really be happy about just by the way the team played. I guess that's where we're at right now. I mean, I'm not saying moral victory necessarily, but certainly there were things that, like, okay, I can deal with this loss now compared to the blowouts of the previous 3 weeks before that.
Yep.
But, one odd thing about it was this team it's weird how this team, when Jamori Robinson came back, this team became nothing close to what it looked like against Pitt when he wasn't playing. Literally, the game he comes back, it all changed. Am I being unfair to Jamori? Obviously, it's not all his fault, but I do think go back and watch the tape, man. That's all I'll say. There were some plays where he was just flat out playing hard. And you hear the coaches say, he was having issues, he wasn't engaged or whatever.
Right.
I don't know what that means exactly, but it doesn't sound great for a guy that you paid high six figures or $1 million, right? And I'm frustrated over this. I really am. I expected so much from him. I thought he was going to have an all Big 12 year. If I could have bet my money on anybody to have a big year, and I think most people would have been this way, it would have been him. I mean, he had a third-round NFL grade on him before the year.
Right.
The thing is like, even if he went into business for himself, he would be getting sacks and stuff, right? He's not even producing it.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a wild scenario, right? I think somebody pulled up a stat the other day. Who was it? Nico, one of the quarterbacks has more catches on the year than he does tackles or something crazy like that because of a bounce off of I think one of the quarterbacks this year bounced off a helmet and caught it or something. Like some kind of crazy stat. It may not be that exact stat, but it's a similar kind of stat. Like one, it's like, oh my God, like,
right.
Because he's got 2 tackles on the year. So obviously RichRod said more than that in his press conference. So let's go ahead and break that down really quick. Did you have anything? Did you have anything you got out of it?
Well, with the press conference, I thought it was pretty, the one thing I was like, all right, that's interesting. He said that was about about Jamori and about expectations. And we put way too high there was a lot of expectations on this kid that no one could meet, or I forget the exact quote.
That's right. That's basically what he said.
Yeah. And that took me back a little bit because I'm like, look at what Jamori did last season, defensive player of the year in his conference. And now he comes here. We weren't saying he was going to win the freaking Heisman Trophy, right? We expected him to be a really, really solid, like you said. It wouldn't have been surprising to see him make an all-conference team, and I think that was a fair expectation.
Even if he just had trying to think of somebody that would be a fair comparison. Hold on. Let me pull up the roster really quick, and I'll make a great comparison because there are a couple of people. Okay. Even if he'd done what? Let me find him really quick. Make sure I'm just quoting the right stats here because I don't want to be wrong about it. But, Eddie Kelly Jr. is one. Although he hasn't had a lot of sacks, he's been involved in a lot of plays. He's had a high Pro Football Focus score at one point in time. Okay, Devin Grant. There's a great example. Devin Grant's got 4 sacks on the year, right?
Yeah.
Even if he had those kind of numbers, just 4 sacks, something like that, totally be okay with it. I mean, I get it because you were thrust into the situation after having to sit out for 3 weeks.
Right.
The thing that bothers me the most is, and I have to, I guess it just makes me feel guilty to criticize it because here I am as a fat guy on camera talking about this guy and what shape he's in. But I don't get paid to play football for West Virginia. And it bothers me that the coaches had to call him out publicly about that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason they did. Like Zach Alley said, listen, he wasn't in great, he wasn't really in shape when he came here, or some along those lines. I don't know exactly the exact quote.
Right.
And I really feel like I'm bashing Jamori at this point, but I mean, it's okay to criticize these players when they're making $1 million, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think to me, the what if scenario is really big here because I think there's a lot of contributing factors. One, again, if he didn't come in shape, then that's one thing. He's thrust into the situation. That was a hectic thing for him, and I feel bad for the kid during that.
Yeah.
But I think, to me, the what if question is, what if he didn't have to go through that? What if it was a guarantee from the moment he stepped on campus that he was going to play week 1? What would his attitude would have been? What would he look like physically? How would he have played and performed? And I would have to think it would be better than what we've seen.
This leads me to, this is a show topic, okay? We've heard over the course of time, like, okay, players aren't really incentivized to work for what they get anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did Jamori Robinson get the money up front, or did he get it after a certain point, or whatever? But let's assume he got some money up front. What's the incentive for him to come in shape? Yeah. You mean to tell me if that money was on the line, are you doubting that he would have showed up in shape to practice? I'm not.
Right.
So
I hear you there.
It's either guaranteed or something else.
He's a unique situation when you even compare it to everybody else on the roster because of what you said about the NFL aspirations that are there. So, he shouldn't need any other motivation other than Sundays and the potential to possibly play on Sundays. Hello.
Right.
Go get your bag now. Go earn it. This is a dream come true for a kid who's coming from where he was to playing Big 12 football. Hello, let's go, and just hasn't panned out. And he hasn't even – I'd love to see – I don't know if you have something a source where you can see just how many snaps he's gotten. But, you look around, a lot of plays. He ain't even on the field. Certainly even last week. Did he even play?
No, he didn't play last week.
Right, because of what the coaches were saying, right? But even before that, I mean, he ain't on the field that much.
Okay.
Doesn't appear to be, to me at least.
Yeah, 2 tackles versus BYU, and that's it.
Right.
That's it for the year. One solo tackle.
You're not even watching any of these games and saying, "Oh, there's Jamori coming around the edge," and he almost got him. There was one.
No.
I remember one moment. I remember one. I don't remember who it was against, but it was one. He got in on pass rush that was close, and that's
he also batted down a ball.
Yeah.
He jumped out and batted a ball down as they tried to throw a screen pass. I remember that.
It's $1 million bat down right there, baby.
Yeah. But listen, it's going to happen. You're going to miss on guys, even on big, expensive, lucrative guys. There's no way around it, especially in a world where things are the reverse, right? Players are being paid before they play.
Right.
So they're not being incentivized to play well to get paid, earn success, like RichRod says.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thought discussion because I think it's a broader question around college sports right now. Are these players being given everything before they ever have to do anything? And what's it going to do to our professional sports leagues? I don't know. You'll find out. You can find Troy at Mountaineer Moment, where he does a great job over there. He's got a new show that's growing, and I would appreciate if you go over there and subscribe. Does a great job over there. He also writes for Hell WV, and we'll be starting a show together. So we're excited about that. Obviously, I'm here every day on Locked On West Virginia. Please hit that subscribe button, like, share the whole thing. We're almost to 7K. That's important. That's fun. That's important and fun.
Let's go, baby.
If you get me to 7K, I'll wear the bucket hat. All right. But until then, for Troy, for me, don't forget to cue them country roads.